Hello everybody, it's Liam here, and today I'm going to be building out a full web scraper for Golden Pages, and it's basically made for anyone that's looking to contact service-based businesses kind of in your locality. If you're looking for like plumbers, like hotels, if you're looking for HVAC renovation, that's Golden Pages in a nutshell. So this is how we go about it, and I'll be building out the full web scraper for you here. So let's get right into it. I have the Golden Page scraper built out here. So all that happens is it'll take the sheet, it'll put it through a bunch of operations, it'll make a call to it, and then it'll get the URL. And from the URL, you put it into an Appify's email or phone extractor, or you put it into TechSouth's website scraper or Phantom Buster. There's loads. But just to show, all you do is you go to Golden Pages. I did kitchens just for the demonstration and Dublin. And all you have to do is go to filters, go to contact, and then make sure you click email, because when you click email, they make sure to have the emails inside for you, because you don't want to be scraping people that don't have emails. And all you do is you take this, you go copy and paste, and I'll just move this over, and you just run this once, make sure it's running, and then you just drop this in this area, and it should pop. And yeah, it'll run through the whole off, make the HTTP request, and then whoa, slow down. So there you go. So now you have the URLs, and then from these, you drop them into these, and you come out with a sheet that looks like where you have all the emails that you want to contact, or this one either. They're both the exact same, to be completely honest. So let's get right into it. I guess this is going to be an interesting kind of build out. So at the beginning, initially, you'll need a watch Google Sheets module. So watch changes, and then you want to make a hook. So if you want to make a hook, you just add hook. I just have one kind of test one here, so I'm just going to run this, and you copy it to clipboard, and I'm going to delete this because this is going to be annoying. And all you do is you go to extensions, and I use the make for Google Sheets. If you don't have this, you go to add-ons. Oh, that's not what you want to do. You go to add-ons, and then you go to Integromat. Here we go. That I just typed in a bunch of stuff that didn't show up. Integromat. And then all you do is you hit this, and Integromat shows up just like this, and you just hit install. So from here, what you do is you go to extensions, make settings, and then when you open the settings, the make extension will pop up. You just drop in your URL on this side, and you go Google Sheets test. Well, make sure it's the same as the bottom left, like the sheet name. And I did B2B2 just because it's this kind of corner here. And you hit save. And it'll take a second to accommodate everything. I've tested this already, so let's see if this runs, because there's some lag time between when you kind of do it and when you change hooks. So run, wait for new data, and if I drop this in, it doesn't run. Oh, there we go. And you have the range, which is 22, and then the user, the YEC, and the collection, and then here it is. So this is what you're looking for, having it pop. And then all you do is you get cell. So get cell, or Google Sheet, get cell. I like to do this just because it's a good reference, because I get kind of confused. So like, I'm getting old, at the age of 19. But basically you put in the sheet ID, you put in the sheet name here, and you put in the cell, which is A1 notation. Yes, that's exactly it. And from here, you have to set values. So if I go into tools and then set multiple variables, so what you want to do is you're here to then split up the, how do I describe it? The URL into formats. So I'm just going to remove this. So this is first _ half _ URL. That's all this is. So you're trying to get the first half and the second half of the URL, and I'll explain in a second. What? Second half of URL. So if I want to run this one, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this so I can get the URL, which is fine. So if I just run this once, wait for new, that's not what I wanted to do, wait for data, whatever you want to call it, diddly data, but should pop, or maybe it won't pop. There you go. Ooh, where are we looking? Where is the error? Enter sheet manually. A1 notation. Invalid argument for this, and this. This happens sometimes. So what we're going to do is, I usually fix this actually by changing from enter manually to list. So you can do this as well either. So it just honestly, it's much more helpful sometimes. So golden, please type. So golden pages kitchen. And in the sheet name, it should be golden. Yeah, golden sheet test, this one here. Perfect. Right, we're gonna run this one more time. Copy, run it, wait for new data, and drop it in. Yeah, so sometimes if you just switch it around, it helps fix some of the problems. Yeah, there you go. So now you have this value here, which is basically the same thing. It's just kind of easier to format, and then you drop it in. And what you're looking to get is basically the split. So if I was to explain this, what's the best way of explaining this? So you're looking for the split between the question mark. The reason being is when you go to the next page, well, does internet love to work? There'll be a 3. So what you're looking to do is split it. So when you research the URL, there'll be a 3 kind of in that area. And the best way of doing that is to split the URL in half. And to split the URL in half, so if I was to just type this out, so you'll need a get request, and then from there you'll need a split request inside, and then you'll have to split this URL by the question mark, yes, and then you get the first value of that. So if I was to explain this, and then basically you just copy and paste this to the bottom bit, and you get the second half of it. So all you're getting is the first and the second half of the URL. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and I don't want to burn through ops, and I'm going to make sure to remove that. Actually, why is it just here? So I don't want to burn through ops, but basically if I just run this module only and drop this in, you will get an thing that looks like this. So you get a first half, which is actually off the screen currently. Maybe this will help if I extend it out. So you see, this is the first half of it, and this is the second half of it. And then I think from what I remember I did, yeah, so you remove the question mark, and then what happens is you want to replace, oh yeah, sorry, this is the part I forgot. I was like, I was missing something. You then want to replace this. So if I was to do this again, how did I do this? How did I do this again? Oh God, this is how I love doing this stuff. Replace this to, and you get the split of this, and you add a question mark before it. Replace the split. Right, I remember what I did. So what you're looking for is you're trying to put the question mark before it. So this is the second half, that's the end, and then this is this. You're getting this split. So from what I remember, let's see. Hello world, hello, hi. Replaces a string with the new string. So you're basically replacing this with this. So if I go comma this, and then comma this again, and then here, and then if I put a question mark in here. So let's see if this runs. That's not what I wanted. Oh, here we go. So if I take this, Control C, and then just drop this in here. Perfect. So now what you do is you now have a question mark before. So you split it between the URL, and then you got the question mark before it back. So when you run the search query, it'll do the same. Yeah, my brain was like not working there for a second, but got there in the end, which is all that matters. And then I have one more variable I have to set is no, you don't. Sorry, there's no one more variable you have to get. And from here, you then send it to an iterator. Yeah, so you then send it to an iterator. Just have to imagine that for a second. And you basically need an array of numbers. So this is the best way I found how to do it. There's probably a better way, but if it works, it works. So all I did was I went into ChatGPT, and this is all you do. So you go into array of numbers. So all I did was I asked it, can you give me and print it out like this? So can you make me an array from 1 to 100? And you just get an output that looks like this. And all you do is you put this in here, And the reason you do this is you want this to pop as many times as possible to iterate through all the variations. And then from there, I'd put an increment function, but I actually don't think you need an increment function. You know what, we'll do the increment function just because I want to feel fancy today. But all you do is you set an increment function after one scenario run, which is perfect. And then all you do is, right, so I'll just demonstrate this. So HTTP, you then take a HTTP request and you make a request to the servers. And you just put first half of URL, the I, and then the second half. That's it. So if I was to run this again, it looks something like this. Boom. So if I just get rid of this, you know what, it might be easier if I actually, you know, I'm just going to put a trigger here. Yeah. Or will I get confused? I have a small brain sometimes. Yeah, I think I might just, what goes in here? Yeah, I'm just going to set up a trigger actually. Yeah. Basic trigger. And yeah, actually, wait. So I'll just clone this, just down here. And then I'll put this as URL, and then I'll just put in the variable because it's just easier. And then all you do is you do this, and oh, sometimes it does this on you. You just have to click OK. And I need to put the URL back in. There we go. What? This is getting confusing. One. There. Okay, perfect. So if I hit align items, don't go mayhem. Yeah, okay. This is usually what happens when you align items in make.com and it's not your best friend. But okay, so all you do is you run the trigger and hopefully it'll run. That's not what I wanted. And then you run there. What is going on? First half, second half, URL, this. Oh, this probably won't run. Yeah, that's the last thing. So if I go second half, this just saves me operations as well. So if I run, so it'll run. And then, what have I done wrong here? Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, okay. Mistakes. Not really a mistake. Let's see. So I need a split function. Where is split? There we go. So you need to split basically the array by a comma. So once you split the array by a comma, it'll run the function as many times as you basically need. And I'm going to just remove the brackets because it's extremely hefty. You don't need it. So here we go. Run, and then run. Whoa, I'll mess up the proxy. But basically, you now have something that's searched that looks kind of like this. So if I go like this and then drop this in, you see it has the 3 at the top. And then you're on the 3rd page of Golden Pages right now. And then from there, you now have basically a nice build out of yeah, so you're making HTTP requests now. And yeah, so from here, you then need to run a HTML parser, HTML2 text, which is just this, and you just put this in. Yes, I'm very confused for some reason today. And then you match pattern. There's a math drive. Ha! You learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. And then I don't want to do this out now, but basically you need this thing called a regex function. And if I was to just show you what it looks like, where is it? Subflows. Yeah, so this is a regex function. And it looks kind of like this. And all it does is it will get it'll try and match up the patterns of everything. So if I was to, you know what I'll do? I will run this. It's easier if I just demonstrate. So if I just run this, cancel. Wait, I just need to put the text, and then you put in this text here. So just to make sure that it's easier to just kind of demonstrate. So if you run this, it'll go through, and then it'll pop, and then it'll go. So all this does is it'll go through all the HTML on the site, and then it'll output. So as you can see, it'll output this like URL, if that makes sense, that you're kind of looking for. So this is the URL of the companies that you're trying to find from all of this text here, which is a bit insane. But it just saves you operations in the long run instead of using an OpenAI kind of chat processor. is that completely burns through your ops. It completely burns through ops like an absolute madman. I'm telling you, it completely destroys your ops. Just let me check something. Match patterns. Yes, one of the things you have to set, I think, is no, it's something to do with global match. Sorry, you want it to be on global match as well, just so when it runs, it gets more than just one. You don't want the first one. You want all of them. And then from there, all you do is you go to add sheets on Google Row, and then I will select by path, and then golden pages, and then sheet name, golden sheet tests, boom, and then you go business name. I like to put this just kind of in here as well. You can build another regex to try get kind of like the name here, but it's just pure laziness at that point. Like, it's so much effort. Like, I just need the emails. And yeah, I think I have the wrong sheet. Wait, business name, URL, C is email, is it? Oh, it is. What? Whoa. That is completely new to me. But basically all this does is it'll add the location, and I'll just demonstrate the full kind of like op now. And I will remove these, move this over. I think delete these, move these, sorry, and I'll touch this up, auto align, and then I think we're missing, oh yeah, it'll be the HTTP one. That looks kind of funny. So all I do is second half of URL, and then first half of URL, and then yeah, so this is all you do. And then you drop in the URL. So now I'm looking for, boom, and then go here, run the op. Wait, is this the correct one? Yeah, it is. Wait for new data, and boom. And I'll have it run, and then I'll just kind of show the app apply and text out into things and kind of how you'd work that. So boom, so look, as you can see, it just keeps adding. And then when it loops back, it'll run a HTTP request, and it'll just keep going, And then one last thing I forgot, I actually did forget about this bit, flow control. If you have I think it's a commit function here. The reason you have a commit function is that, so let's say I run this. So let's say I run this. If I wait for a new scenario, if I run this, whoa, is this, what did it run? So what I'll do is I'll just put in some Liam. Liam obviously isn't a URL, and it runs, and it'll just go to the commit, and it'll end the scenario. So this works because when you have a question mark here, and then let's say you're going past the end page. So let's say there's only like 10 pages or something, and you go to 11th. You don't want it to keep running and burning ops, and you don't want it to error either. So you just put a commit function, and it'll kind of like cancel the whole scenario, which is unreal, to be completely honest. And then from here, you'll just take this, you go CSV, you'll go download as a CSV, and then the first one I'll show is kind of Appify and kind of how they do things. Let's see. So if I go to store, they have loads here, but I was using this one here. So honestly, there's loads. This is just, I'm on a trial right now just because I'm having fun with it basically. And all you do is you go add file. No, that's not what you do. You go text file and upload a text file, and you just upload it. And then all you do is you leave. I basically didn't touch anything because there's no need to. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just don't, there's no need. And you go start, save and start, and then your actor will start running. And then all you have to do is you'll be hit with something that looks like this, and you just go export result. That's one. And then the second one I use is text out, which is basically if you go to website, and if you go to extract emails and phones, you just come here, you drop in the website URL. So if I actually just demonstrate, right? If I take this one, so B Kitchen, and not this one, if I go here, and like this is literally what will happen. So you just upload a CSV. If I go extract emails and phones, this one I can demonstrate now. And let's see what it looks like. So it'll just run through the ops, and as you can see, it's scraping the site. Has some good water. Oh god, that is some good water. Took 17 seconds, and then found one email, and it should just stop now. I don't want to name you. You are not a dog. I don't need to. But look, so here you are, and you have info at bspace. And then all you end up with is something that looks like this. I think this one's for Applify, and this one's for TextOwl. And lastly, if you want to validate your emails, I personally use, I'm not affiliated, but this one here. This is smtpinc.com. If you want like some, like I have 150K. We've done a lot of verifying. These guys are unreal. I can actually like promise these guys are unreal because I use them in my cold email campaigns, and they do. If you need, if you go to appsumo.com, and I don't know if the offer is still up, but if I just go to SMTP Inc. So if you go to AppSumo and go to this, they have it €39 for life, and all you do is you get, I think you get 39. Yeah, you get 30,000 credits a month. So honestly, if you're sending more than 30K emails per month, fair dues to you, fair fucking dues. But that's all you do, and that's the whole process of building out a golden page web scraper. Took a little bit to build. If you enjoyed it, subscribe below, and I will see you now. Okay, goodbye.